Hey everybody, it's Andrew with Braggins Adventures, and today we're going to make a quick day trip to Big Bear, California to find out if it's worth the drive. Ready? Let's go! This is Braggins Adventures. Alright, before we get started, if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button, give us a like on the video, and find us across social media at Braggins Adventures. Now, in today's video, we're not going to talk about all the nice hikes you can do or even the lake activities like boating. That's all plentiful, we all know that's amazing, we love the outdoors. But we want to actually go do some activities and things that are available to you as a tourist or a local in Big Bear, California. We're going to start up at the Big Bear Discovery Center. So this is a free place you can go check out. It's operated by the Park Service, the Forest Service. It's just kind of a little educational building. You're going to go in, there's some displays, you can learn some stuff, you can ask questions. They have a little gift shop you can buy a bunch of things at. The rangers are actually really nice people. You can take your lunch up there, maybe grab something in town, you can take it up and hang out. They've got free activities for you. Depending on the day, you're going to want to call ahead to find out the schedule because they don't always do the nature walks, specifically because they might have one booked with the school during that time, like for a field trip, so they won't be able to do one with you. They do conferences up here, all kinds of stuff. It's a neat little free stop. I could probably easily see you spending an hour to an hour and a half here without getting bored. And that's just not even just indoors. You're probably, I mean, depending on how many questions you want to ask, you might spend 20 minutes inside like we did. But in addition to this indoor space they have, there's a couple of hiking trails that branch off from this. You can hike down to the lake from here. It's not a terribly long hike. We've done it in the past. And then on site, they actually have their very own nature trail. It's a fairly short, relatively level loop that anyone's free to go up and do. Parking's free. It's a whole thing. There's a little nature playground area, I'm going to call it, with various activities that kids of all ages can participate in. It's a pretty cute little spot, and this is actually new to me because this did not exist last time I was up there. And we actually saw families there while we were there. I was trying not to film them because I generally don't like putting little kids on the channel unless I have their parents' permission. And then in addition to that, there's an amphitheater where they do concerts. Can you believe that? They do concerts. So Big Bear Discovery Center is definitely, I think, worth a stop. Oh, and also you can help identify animal poop while you're in the bathroom doing your own business. All right, next we're gonna head down to the Big Bear Alpine Zoo. This is actually operated by the County of San Bernardino. It's $16 for adults to get in. It's a really small zoo, but it's a special zoo, and here's what I'm gonna tell you. If I paid $16 for this and it went for a for-profit organization, I'd be kind of upset. But all of the admission money goes right back into the zoo. It goes to food for the animals, medical care, upkeep, that kind of stuff. And this isn't your regular zoo. They didn't go find an animal and put it in to charge you money to go look at it. This is a rescue zoo. It's a rehab zoo. So if they can help the animal get healthier and rehab the animal, they release it back out into the wild. If the animal was either domesticated because it was an illegal pet and they won't survive out in the wild, or its injuries were too great that it will not survive out in the wild on its own, then those are the animals you're looking at the zoo. The docents are all volunteers here, and they're pretty amazing people. We love chatting with them. There's a small playground so your kids can play for a little bit. I'm gonna say if you don't play and you don't pack a lunch in here, you're looking at about 90 minutes, I think, at probably the most. It does get fairly warm. There's not a lot of shaded areas, but the gift shop will let you borrow an umbrella, like a sun umbrella, that you can take out while you're exploring the zoo. Now we're gonna head to what I'm gonna call the downtown or the old town Big Bear area. This is kind of like just a little village you can walk around in. Plenty of shops, plenty of restaurants, plenty of things to do here. You could spend the whole rest of your day here, which is what we're gonna do. We went into a wide variety of stores, and we also decided to go, start our day with, why not, an early couple of beers. So we headed over to the Big Bear Lake Brewing Company. This is a two-story brewery, kind of at the end of the village area. Really great beers. The customer service is bar none. Their Google listing said they opened at 11, which is when we got there, but they actually don't open till 11:30 on the day we were there. But she's like, as long as you don't mind us working around, come on in and I'll get you a beer. And she was absolutely amazing. We had a couple of beers, enjoyed our time in here. It's a cool atmosphere. I've been in here before when it's jam-packed. Both floors are full of people. It's elbow room only, that kind of thing. This place is a rock solid stop. I definitely recommend it. On your way through the village, stop at some more shops, but I don't know about you, I'm getting sort of hungry, so we're gonna head to Tropicali. This is by far the best poke in the Inland Empire. Yes, you have to drive up the mountain to get to it, but the atmosphere here is so much fun. It's like you're inside Disney's Tiki Room, but it's a restaurant. It's very limited seating indoors. In fact, I've only ever had this to go before. I've never actually sat in here, but we sat in here, had a good time, and guess what? They have a wine and beer license now. So canned beers, they're importing from Maui Brewing Company, one of my favorite breweries on the planet. So I got to enjoy a beer with my poke. Now, this line gets pretty long during meal times. I mean, think of like the soup Nazi style from Seinfeld. You're gonna wait in a long line, get up there, know what you want, and order it. That being said, this is some of the friendliest service you're gonna find in any restaurant anywhere in Southern California. They are so happy to see you and so happy to have you in there that you really feel like they've known you for years. And even if it's your first visit, they're gonna treat you like royalty. And the poke is absolutely delicious. They're set bowls. This isn't the kind of thing like the chain stores where you're gonna go in and pick a rice and pick a couple meats and pick your toppings. They have a set selection of bowls. If you're not into sushi, into poke, dude, they got chicken, steak, beef, all that kind of stuff. You'll have a good time, I promise. You're gonna enjoy the food you get here. You're gonna enjoy the service you get here. One shiny thing I do wanna point out is that they have this really delicious iced tea drink. It's got coconut in it somehow and is like one of the coolest things. Some of the seating areas have these really cool seats. Are they the most comfortable seat to sit in? Probably not, but you can spin around in them, and I just think that's kind of fun. Every seat in this house was packed. Just know if you're going in here, you're gonna wait for your food. You're gonna sit, you're gonna enjoy the food, and then you're gonna take off. The parking lot's a little wonky because of a bunch of potholes. We had a huge storm last year, and a lot of places still haven't gotten repaired yet. We're gonna head back into the center of the downtown area to go to a wine shop. This is called the Barrel 33, and it's both a store and a tasting room, and they have a food menu now. Really friendly service here. It's a little boisterous, but we were there in the middle of the day, so thankfully there weren't too many other people in there, but the servers can be kind of boisterous, which if that's your jam, go for it. Absolutely cool. She knew what she was talking about. The wines were delicious. You can get a flight or you can get a glass, whatever you want to do. Plus, like I mentioned, they have food and they have that little cute back patio area where you can, go out and sit and enjoy the nature that's outside. It's a really cool tasting room. Overall, I think a trip to Big Bear during any time of the year is probably worth the drive. It's a fun little village. There's a lot to do, and we're gonna actually go spend a weekend up there this fall for you guys. So if you like our Southern California videos, check out this playlist right here on your screen. I also want to just take a quick second to point out some other stuff to do up here in the San Bernardino Mountains, so you can check out this video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.